Oregon, Penn State, and Michigan all missed the Big Ten championship. So I won't give you a spoiler because I'm going to talk about that in a second as far as who's going to make the Big Ten championship. But Oregon, Penn State, Michigan missed the Big Ten championship. The reason I can think this can happen, there are a couple teams that do not play any of the teams on this list, okay, or even Ohio State. So those teams can go undefeated. And if all these teams, let's say all these teams lose to either each other or lose to Ohio State, look at all their schedules here in a minute. But, the Nebraskas, the USCs, the Iowas, the Rutgers, if they can beat those teams, the other teams I'm going to talk about in a minute, then if they go undefeated and these teams all lose one game, that team that goes undefeated is going to be in the championship. Not saying these teams aren't going to make the playoff. That's not what I'm saying at all. But this team is going to miss the Big Ten championship. And the team I'm going to talk about here in a little bit is going to make the Big Ten championship. So first off, let's look at Oregon's schedule here and see how realistic this is. All right. So how many games can they realistically lose? So when it comes to the Big Ten, Oregon plays Ohio State. They play Michigan, Wisconsin, Washington. That's their tougher games there. All right. So if they lose to Ohio State, then they could lose probably to one of these three teams here. I don't think they will, but even if they lose to Ohio State, now they could beat Ohio State. I will say that, and then moving on to Penn State, they plays USC. That's not going to be easy. They play Ohio State. They play Wisconsin. They could lose any of those games, I think. All right. And then we've got Michigan. I think we looked at their schedule earlier, but we'll pull it up one more time. Then on Michigan, all right, you got Ohio State, and then Oregon, all right, and USC. Okay, so them and Oregon, they're going to split that. So one of them is going to have a loss guaranteed out of this prediction, And then, like I said, in a minute, we'll talk about the team I've got actually in the Big Ten championship. But I think these three teams, Oregon, Penn State, and Michigan, miss the Big Ten championship.